Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. At the end of 2024, I participated in a tag that, like, one of the questions was, how many whips do you have? I honestly thought I didn't have more than 10. I really didn't. There are some that are abandoned pages that as I go through them, I'll kind of not count them because once I consider it abandoned, I'm not going back to it. But at that time, I learned that if I counted correctly, 64 whips. So one of my goals for the channel is that I reduce the amount of whips each year so that I really don't have more than like 10. So I'm gonna go over my whips and make a decision on whether I think I can finish it or fix it or whether it truly is abandoned. And I thought you guys might like to come along for the ride. So I'm going to start with my two Creative Haven Teresa Goodrich books. So I just want to move that over to the side and get started. Now, you'll see this side tab, a lot of them in the books. So I've already marked what I consider either, some sort of whip, whether it's abandoned or not. So, and I have not counted them, and I will count them at the end once I decide what I'm going to keep as something I should revisit or just remove the tab and consider it an abandoned page. So this is Creative Haven Autumn Charm, and I really like this book, but it is very detailed. So a lot of the times I don't choose to color in it except for at autumn or in the fall, but it is something I really like, and I would like to keep this, honestly, as many books as I can, a no whip book. So I only have one whip, and I think, this is it. I didn't know whether to count this. I think I was really just testing out how alcohol markers work on this paper, but it is ink to paper. So this is probably something I could complete really easily in the fall. So this is definitely staying in my let's work on this year pile. So that's all I have in Autumn Charm by Teresa Goodrich. So my next book is Creative Haven Main Street. I don't like this book as much as the other one. I realize that I don't really like doing houses very much, or like these baked goods are not really my strength. So it's definitely not a book I turn to. I've only done 2 pages in it, but I do have one whip, and it is this film festival page. Now this is probably when I first got my acrylic marker set. I don't think this is, yeah, it's my acrylic markers. And I did not, first of all, know how to use them and know how to use it on this paper. So I really didn't like the way it felt. I didn't like the way it looked. So I abandoned it at that time. Now I'm kind of like, yeah, all right, maybe these 3 or 4 elements are not going to look fantastic, but I may be able to go back with my alcohol markers now and make the rest of it look pretty good. And then I can see if I could fix any of this at all. I don't think this should be an abandoned page. I think I can fix this. So I'm going to keep this in my work on pile for 2025. So that is Main Street by Teresa Goodrich. Next up, I have my Hanna Karlzon books. I think I have 3 books. Certainly I've got 3 books here, but I think that's all I have. So the first one I'm going to go through is Seasons. And I have a number of whips here. I didn't know whether to count this or not. So far, it looks like I'm not counting it, but I don't know. I'll come back to this one. But certainly the nameplate page, I had started and I think I can complete this. This looks like I was testing some sort of pencil out. So I think I can work on this and make it look more springtime. And this is double-sided, as you guys know, so I can't use alcohol markers. But I have started using a lot of watercolor paints to base. So that's an option for me. Although in Hanna Karlzon books, I usually just work on pencil or in pencil. Okay, the next page is this. And I don't know what to do about this page. I tried masking off the elements I didn't want blue, but obviously I didn't do a very good job because, as you can see, I went over the masking lines in a lot of places. I also happen to have this image in, I think, grains of gold. So I can do it better in this book. However, so far I don't have any abandoned pages in any Hanna Karlzon book, but I may. So this one I'm going to keep as a whip for the time being, but may come out and be an abandoned page. I honestly don't think it looks that bad with pencils, especially Prismas. I probably could cover this up. So I don't want to make this an excuse of things that I just don't feel like finishing. Okay, this, I don't know what I was trying here. I don't know what this is. This might look like watercolor marker, and it looks like, looking from it, that it soaks into the paper very quickly. So I might have given that up as a means of doing a base color. But definitely something I think I can finish. So these three whips from Seasons by Hanna Karlzon are going to remain in my to-do pile. Now, Grains of Gold is probably my favorite book of the three that I have of Hanna Karlzon. I would like to have no whips in it. Okay, here you could see I definitely was trying out my acrylic markers. I probably could get this done really quickly with watercolor paint, and I'm much better at doing my own gold now, so I may color it, and then I usually just add the Spectrum Noir clear glitter to add extra sparkle. But I like that when I do it by pencil, it's not as flat looking as it looks when you're using either an acrylic metallic marker or a metallic pencil. So this I definitely can finish, although I really hate that color combination. I honestly don't know what this is. This might also be watercolor markers, but definitely a completable page. So that is the only two things, and I really like the way my stuff has been coming out in this book. So I do not want any whips in my favorite Hanna Karlzon book. So yeah, that is Grains of Gold. Next up is Magical Dawn. I think I have the most colored pages are from this book because I think this was one of my first books. As you can see, it fell apart, so I had to use like clear tape to kind of tape it together. But it is discouraging when they fall apart. I have several whips in this book and definitely an abandoned page. I don't know what I was thinking here. It was just three handheld flower arrangements, and something made me try to draw in some jars and a table. And I think this is acrylic paint. And number one, I hate this color. I don't like the way anything has come out so far. I don't think my bottles look natural. I don't like the table. So this to me has to come out. This is a page. When I did the background for the bunny, and I don't have a date, so I don't know, this is probably pretty early on, I decided to do this background. And then I think I started playing around and adding some additional elements, but I stopped when I started doing the pencil work for the back of the crown. And I really did not like the color, the way the blue and this green looked at all. So I think I am gonna come back with my paint markers and see if I could get a different color for the background and move on with like red and gold. And whether I do this completely like a darker gold or a red tone, I'm not sure yet, but I definitely would like to finish this one someday. Oh, this one was funny. I don't know what I was thinking here, guys. Like, why would I start just this bird with really light color and then stop? You know, so I don't know what happened here, but this is very, very little that I don't like about this page. And I think I can just change this with, honestly, with pencil, especially a Prismacolor that's very opaque. So I could finish that. Then this page, I wanted to bring in some colors from the portrait, which I really did like at the time, and I still like it, and bring in some colors here and maybe make the background some sort of orange, because I did mess up a little bit with my, I think this is a watercolor base, and I think I got the watercolor in first and, you know, messed up this page. But I don't like working on bugs. I'm gonna call them scarabs, like they're pins, but they do look like bugs. But I think I'm gonna leave my tab in, and we'll see in some future date if I ever feel like coming back to the bugs. So that is the last Hanna Karlzon book, which was Magical Dawn. Next up, I have a few Kerby Rosanes books, and I do have quite a few, maybe not in this one, but uh-oh, that just came out. But yeah. So this is the first, and this is another book that has to be, you know, pasted together, but it definitely fell apart. But I do like the way the background was shaping up. Sorry again. This is, I was practicing with metallic watercolors that my husband got me one Christmas, I think 2 years ago. And I don't know why I stopped. I must have run out of time or been disturbed, because I don't know what color this is, and I stopped at the shading part. So I could come back to this, you know, not a problem. I think I could fix that even with pencils. And a tab fell out, so I know there's another one in this book. But as you can see, it is, it's this page. I really, really do not like this page. So at least this side is abandoned. I may go back and do the corresponding page and just maybe take this page out completely. This doesn't look like a page I would want to do. This is not necessarily a book, Mythomorphia, that I feel I need to finish. So this is definitely abandoned. What I do with the page, I don't know yet. I will leave it in the book. But, so those are the now one whip that's left in Mythomorphia. The other book, Worlds Within Worlds, I have quite a few. I think I have like 4 whips in this book. And the first one, again, I started playing with watercolor markers, didn't realize how streaky it was. Then I decided to go in with some, I don't know if this is watercolor or not, or pencil, but definitely don't like the way this looks. But I can come back with maybe gouache and paint the back of both of these, and then finish this off when the time comes. So definitely not an abandoned page. This page is a disaster, but I'm not giving up on this yet. I started with watercolors. realized that they're just sinking in, they're not really spreading really well. Then I went to metallic marker, and I don't like the way this looks either. I think I can fix this page, so I'm keeping it in. Again, have no idea what I was thinking here. Why one little ball, with a colored pencil, by the way, and nothing else? I don't think I started this in Space Timber because I had the Alien Worlds book that I was working on for that, but I don't have any whips in that book, so we're not going to be seeing that today. So maybe this September I could work on this one. Like I said, there's almost nothing on here. Then I started this last Pride, but I definitely don't like the colors. So I'm gonna have to come back with either a paint pen or something to fix the rainbow, and then maybe finish the rest of the page. And then my last one is the sneaker double page spread. I like the way my sneaker is coming out. This is one of the first times I started using the Tim Holtz Distress ink, so it kind of got over things, but definitely would like to fix it. I don't think I want the sneakers the same colors though. I think I want to make them a little bit different, but we'll see. You know, maybe it could be one of these colors, like an orange sneaker, like close to the red, but I think I want to work on this one soon because I think it'll be really cool if finished. So that is the last image from my Kerby Rosanes books that have whips. The next book I have is also an old book and not one that I really work on. Since I purchased this one, I've bought so many books that kind of fit my coloring style a little bit better than this one. And I'm not too sure if I'm keeping this one. However, I do have a couple of whips in it. And my reason for not really liking the book too much is all the tiny details. And even with markers, I'm still having trouble. I don't have that many fine liners, so I'm still having trouble getting into some of these details. So I'm pretty much thinking that this page and the next one, which is so horrible. I tried using some alcohol markers. This is pencil. I also have like watercolor markers on here. I don't even know what this background is, honestly. But it just is so hideous, and the picture just is so creepy. I can't finish it. So I don't know what I'm doing with this book. I think both of those are abandoned pages. So I think I'm going to end up giving this book away, donating it somewhere. So I am not going to count either one of these whips. I'm counting them as an abandoned book with a couple of abandoned pages. So that is Dark Arts by Francois Gautier. Next up, I have Joanna Basford books. I have 3, I think. Yeah, 3. And except for this one, I think she was the earliest illustrator that I purchased. And you'll see it in the other coloring books on how my style has changed. But I was in a group with a bunch of really lovely ladies who were going through this book in order. But I started a little late, so I had not actually completed some of the pages. And I was trying to play catch up, and then I felt rushed, and I don't know. This page, I guess I could come back to. I really don't like the background. I think this was the first time I tried the Tim Holtz. I don't think this is soft pastels, although it kind of looks like it to me, but then I'm wondering why I can't erase any of the blue underneath. So I think this really is some kind of ink. And maybe I'll try coming back to this one. I really, really don't like this background, but I could come back with paint markers or something, some other media to try to fix it. Then I have these pages where I did start to increase my selection of paint markers, fine liners, gel pens, and I just tried doing as much as I could, but this color palette is awful, like aqua, pink, and orange. I don't know, it should have gone better than it looks. So I really don't like this page. Again, I could probably fix this, so I won't consider this abandoned page. Now the next one, really, really, really awful, awful background, and it's this one. And I tried using Neo Color 2s. I have like 3 layers on here. It's dark in some spots, light in the other. Then I tried putting like a dark blue Prismacolor pencil over it, and I absolutely dislike this background. Again, I don't know. You know, the way I did this rough masking off of the, you know, the printed part, the story, I don't know. I won't consider this an abandoned page, but it may be in the future because it just is so awful. The background is absolutely awful. So then when I was doing the markers, I just went here and there and I just did this. This is with the paint markers. I also don't like this page, but there's not enough on it for me to consider this abandoned, even though I don't really like this color combination. I could go over it again with the paint markers to get rid of like this blue is the one that really bothers me. But yeah, I don't know. This is definitely not an abandoned page. So I'm going to keep all 4 of my whips. So that is Ivy and the Inky Butterfly by Joanna Basford. Now, my next book is the first book I ever purchased. You'll be able to see that when I first started coloring, I kept very close to the way I colored when I was a child. Like there's no burnishing, there's no trying to cover up white spaces, and some really weird decisions, but we'll go through them. Okay, weird decision number 1. Not understanding my media. I started this with Prismacolor pencils, and you can see that I am not really covering up any of the white space. I'm not really shading very much. There's like really minute shading there, but you know, it's not really good. But in my head, I thought, well, these are wax pencils. So if I cover the whole thing with, what did I use here? Yeah, it is soft pastels. In my head, I could just do the whole thing in soft pastel, and then I would just erase everything on top of it because I did the tree and everything first, and I did the soft pastel last, but I didn't think about, number 1, how much I would be erasing, and number 2, whether that would look good at all, and it absolutely doesn't look good. It changed the colors of things. I tried watercolor on top of it, and it just got really speckled, and this is an abandoned page. I cannot even bear looking at it. If I could glue them together without feeling really weird about that, I would. Next page is this. Again, I think I started using this as a tester page after I really, really didn't like where this was going. I have some acrylic paint that I tried putting in the background. It got even worse. And also an abandoned page. Now this page, excuse me, doesn't have enough on it for me to consider it an abandoned page. I don't like doing this amount of detail anymore. And it's not the detail, it's how small everything is. So I don't know if I'm coming back to it, but I'm certainly not going to consider this abandoned. It's not bad enough. This is another page. I had done the corresponding one. Again, you can see my style has really changed. I, thank goodness, could blend a little better than this, and my skills with the pencils have improved a lot. But I wanted this to be somewhat cohesive, so I tried to take the turquoise from this page and put it here, although this is acrylic paint. And it's just craft paint, nothing fancy. I could go back over this, but I'm not going to give up on this page yet. This is that's stuck. I don't know how it's stuck. This is a page that I started a long, long time ago. Again, when my coloring style was still in its infancy. I can probably come back to this, considering this is, let's call it, you know, the first layer. I could come back and layer more. I don't mind the haphazard color palette. So I think I'm going to keep this one as maybe a whip. This page, also really, really early on, I tried to do a metallic. I think this is a paint. And then I really disliked the acrylic paint. Then I tried to do a black watercolor, thinking I could go over it, not really realizing that my watercolor cannot go over this acrylic ink. But I just don't think the color works. So I might have to go and find my black Posca marker and just blacken out the whole thing. Again, I could probably fix this. So I will keep it as a work in progress. Sorry for the crinkling. Oh, I taped it. Okay, probably kept falling off. This page, I honestly have no interest in finishing this whatsoever. I know that people can do some beautiful things with shading, especially with soft pastels, and they could make this enormous amount of background look better than I can probably do it. But right now I have zero interest in doing this. But it's not so bad or so complete that I really want to take this tab off. So I don't know, maybe sometime in the future, we'll see. The same is true with this page. There's not enough on it. Really don't like working on wallpaper pages, and that's what this is to me. It's extremely repetitive and very boring. So still will leave it. You never know, someday I may feel inspired. Another page that I probably could consider all of this work as my first layer and come in and make everything much darker. Again, not willing to consider it abandoned. This page, again, it's not good, but I could come back over it and try doing something different. I do not like working on pages that have this much background. I don't really find this image inspiring at all. You know what? I know that this is fixable, but I don't want to work on this page. I don't want to fix this. So I'm going to consider this abandoned for the time being. So that is 1, 2, 3. That's about 6 whips that I'm keeping in, oh, sorry, I don't think I named it, Enchanted Forest by Joanna Basford. This was a book that I bought later on, but there are definitely whips in here. And I decided to do the back and front cover. I have not started the back at all. I do like the way the front cover is coming out, or the cover, I don't know if this is this is the front cover on the inside. So I think I would like to come back to this someday. So I am going to keep that as a whip. This, I must have gotten distracted. I don't know why I just didn't finish these few little twirls in gold. So I think I can finish this and probably will. This is also a whip. I do have one piece colored. I probably could do this. This would be really pretty finished. And I probably wouldn't have to do a background. I can make this really colorful. So that's actually two. Oh, this disaster page. My idea was to make this 4 little vignettes with different night type backgrounds, but it just went south really, really fast. I am never coming back to this page. I don't know how to fix this unless I make everything black. But yeah, I am going to take this off. I do not want to finish this page. I may come back and do something on this side, and then maybe that will inspire me to finish off this, depending on what I do in the background here. But yeah, I do not want to finish this page. I really, really dislike it. Okay, another very early works. And I think this is like the second attempt at doing something in this blue. I think I tried the Tim Holtz. No, I don't think it was the Tim Holtz. I think it was the soft pastels, the chalk pastels, and then that didn't really work. And I tried pencil over it. That didn't work. I tried, it's 3 versions. And then I tried doing Neocolor 2s on top of it. Didn't really work that well either. And now I'm not liking this color. Unfortunately, I did not write this down anywhere. I don't mind this, and I think that could be fixed. But knowing that I probably only had my Prismacolor pencils, I think I can figure this out. So I hopefully will work on this one day. This page I certainly think I could work on. I think I saw, it might have been My Colorful Country Life, where she had this pretty color palette, like a rose and a turquoise, and I really liked it. So I could come back to this. I could brighten some of these colors. I now have better pencils and probably could layer on top of this. So I will hold on to that one. This one, again, I think this is the chalk pastel background. I probably could come back to this, and I probably could add something to this background to make it, I don't know, more layered, more vibrant, more saturated. So I'm going to keep that. I'm not sure about my color choices here, but it's all right. The next page is also a whip, so this is 2 additional. I do like these weird leaves in this color. I know this is supposed to be an underwater scene, so it might not go when I do all of this blue, but you know, that's okay. It's just a weird color choice for an underwater, but I'm going to work on this someday. And then the last one I have is this page, and I like the way that came out. So I don't have a problem with this page. I could finish the other 3, you know, maybe I can do different pencils. I know this is Prismacolor, and then I can do 3 other pencils and kind of show everyone how different pencils come out in this book. It could potentially be a good video as well. So I am going to keep that as a whip. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 8 in this book. 8 whips that hopefully I will work on someday. So that is it for my Joanna Basford. Next is Menoway Bonaire. I'm not sure if I just destroyed that, but I only have one whip here, and it is this title page. And I was trying watercolor on this paper. I don't love it, to be honest. The watercolor really just soaks right in right away, so you don't really have any time to really move the watercolor around or get any kind of shading. However, I think I could continue it. I could finish this with pencil. I love working with pencils, so it's not, you know, a huge issue for me. So I am going to keep this one whip open. Next up is The Ink House by Rory Dobner, and I have one awful whip in here, and it is this page, and it's nothing except for my color choices. I don't mind the yellow and the purple, but what was I thinking to go pink and this golden yellow, and then I did like a purple sky to match with this purple, then I did a red and white, like it just was all over the place. So at some point, I'm going to have to go in and look up a better color palette and change this, because it's not a bad image, and I don't have anything that I dislike in this book so far. So I really would like to finish this one day, and I would like to enjoy all of the pages that I worked on in here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this as a future whip. This is Coloring with Your Octopus by Brian Kessinger, and I have one whip in here, and it is this page. I worked on this page with a buddy. I like the way it came out, but I think with this page, I used this satin glazing liquid to, you know, protect the page so I could work in watercolor. And I wanted to see how watercolor worked without it. And honestly, I think it did okay. You know, I don't mind it, but it created these dots on the next page. So even though it looks okay from this side, it definitely, the paper does not take water well at all. So I will come back to this page. I will finish it, and I will fix this page someday. It's a cute book. So that is my one whip from Coloring with Your Octopus by Brian Kessinger. Next up, I have a couple of Leila Duly books with some whips in them. The first one is Beautiful Planet. I have 2 whips in here. And for this one, this is the first image I worked on in this book, and I was just testing my pencils in it. So I certainly could go back and do the rest of the shells and the sea creatures. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that one. This one, for the time being, I'm probably gonna keep this tab in, because I probably can come back and work on these other 3. I just realized when I was coloring this that I don't really like doing just scenes with nothing in them except for, you know, some trees and sky and some mountains. So it's probably not a page I will work on for a very, very long time. I don't know. It may be abandoned, but let me keep the tab in for the time being, because it's a newer book for me. It's only about a year old or so. Next up is The Flower Year by Leila Duly, and this book I had prior to The Beautiful Planet. And I think I got this one pretty early on, I do have a couple of whips. I wish I could say that this whip is because it was so long ago, but it is not. I looked up these birds and just really jumped right in without testing any of my watercolors on here. I do not like it at all, but I think I could save this with pencil. So yeah, I think maybe I'll work on this in the springtime because I think this page could be beautiful when it's done. And then my second page is this one. This is when I first bought the Tombow water markers. I, colored it right on the paper rather than putting it on a palette and painting it on. I don't like the color, but that's fixable. Certainly this could just be considered my first of many layers. So I would like to come back to this one as well. And I did like that I didn't get any bleed through from the markers, even though I colored it directly on. So love the paper. It's really great paper. So I would like to come back and finish this. So that is The Flower Year by Leila Duly. Next up, I have my only Jasmine Beckett Griffith book. I think I made a mistake when I purchased the Alice in Wonderland. I like the fairy tale. I never color in this book. I think I just don't find it that inspiring. Did I complete anything in here? Yes, I completed that page, and that's from July 2023, so almost 2 years ago. I did that first. I think this was the first image I tried. I enjoyed it, and then did this one and sort of enjoyed it. But when I look at like the other pages, I don't know. I love doing portraits. You guys that have been around know that. So I don't know why I don't like working in this book. Like, this is not particularly like really Alice themed. It could be anything. It's like a Dali, Salvador Dali page. But I'm not sure if that's what I don't like about it, that it just, I don't know. I really, if someone wants to help me with this, if they also don't like working in this book, why they don't like it. I don't know why. I have no excuse whatsoever. I wish I had purchased her first coloring book. I think I like the images in that better. So someday I may purchase another one, but right now I think I'm staying off of it. But I do have 2 whips in here, as you saw. This is when I first received, my husband got me the Thule Art paint pens. And I do not like these pens. I doubt you're going to be able to see it, but it rips my paper right away. Like, it just doesn't lay really well. The nibs seem to scratch the paper. It starts to get fuzzy. And if I go over it a second time, it isn't really working. Here, I tried doing it in circles. I realized that really quickly that just tears up the paper. Then I tried doing like one wash layer, and obviously I'm not good with acrylic markers, especially back then. Yeah. And what was I thinking with the dark purple lips? I have no clue. But I'm not willing to call this abandoned. So I think I would like to try this again. And in this one, this feels like pencil. Oh, no, it's not. So I must have gotten my alcohol markers and tried this. I don't mind this. I don't know why I didn't finish it. I think I was just very critical of like my darker skin tone. I am better at this now, so I think I could definitely add some extra colors to give it depth, and it's really, really small. So, I do have some fine liners now. I have a lot of gel pens. I could probably finish off the skin and the hair and use my gel pens for the rest and get this done fairly quickly. So I am going to continue keeping this as a whip. So that is the Alice in Wonderland coloring book by Jasmine Beckett Griffin. Next up, I have Romantic Country, the second tale by Erie. And yeah, it's the paper that I don't like. I have at least one, I think, completed page, maybe a few. This was a buddy color with someone a long time ago. I tried watercolor, I tried pencil, I tried gel pens. I could not get this to look vibrant at all. I don't know why. So I do not like this page. I don't like working on this paper. I tried this one. This was a buddy color as well. And this background has like maybe four layers of either acrylic ink, pencil, anything I threw at it just looked awful. But, you know, I didn't mind it as much as the first page. But yeah, so I only completed 2. I don't like the paper. I don't know if it's because this is the English version. Maybe the Japanese version had better paper. But yeah, I don't know. But this is my whip. And oh my God, guys, this is the worst coloring combination for a dress I have seen. I mean, what was I thinking? Like, I don't mind pink and green, but not this pink with this green. So I think I could leave the pink, you know, get a little bit better at shading. And you can see again, this was earlier on. I did not burnish. I did not, you know, cover up my paper, but I think I can go back with my gel pens and fix this green. And I think, even though I don't like really working with limited color palettes, I think this one needs it. This could go really ugly really fast. So we'll see. And then my other whip in this book is this page. And I only based it in some watercolor. I could definitely come back and fix this. And with this paper as well, the watercolor just sinks right in. There is no way to get a smooth blend. There's no way to get a smooth wash so that it looks pretty. And at the time I liked coloring mushrooms. I've now done so many, I don't really like coloring them that much anymore. But I think if I just wait a little longer, like maybe next year, coming back to this. So I don't think either one of these pages is going to be worked on in 2025, but I think eventually I can. So I am going to keep both of my whips intact in Erie's Romantic Country, a second tale. Next up, I have Rita Berman's, I think it's Meine Reise durch Asien, and I have 3 whips in here. And I like the book. I like the artwork. I just find it extremely intimidating, but it is a beautiful book. This page, obviously, you can't see it, so it's not that obvious to you, is when my husband got me that metallic watercolor set, because everything is metallic watercolor. And I don't like the way it looks in this paper. I don't think it has any depth at all. It's very hard to shade with those watercolors. So I think I'm going to come back to this page. I would like to come over, probably use my Prismacolor because they're so opaque. I think it could cover this paint completely and work on this someday. This was a page that I thought about using my chalk pastels. Well, actually there's 2. Both of these pages. This page has that watercolor, the Arteza watercolor paint again. It's not a bad paint. I just don't know how to shade with it. But on this side, I used soft or chalks pastels. I'm not sure, honestly, guys, if there's a difference between the 2 of them. So I use those words interchangeably. And then I got really bored really fast. Again, I don't know what made me pick this page because there are so many other more attractive pages to me. But again, someday I will finish this page. And this was just me trying different things. Here's the watercolor paints again. This is the Spectrum Noir glitter pens. This is pencil, glitter pen, and metallic paint. So I just find them too flat. Like maybe using them in really, really small doses is okay, like back here, or this glitter paint pen there. But otherwise, yeah, I'm gonna come back to this page. It's really easy to do these little vignettes, and I think I could improve on this. So I am going to keep all, I guess it's 4, because this is a 2-pager. So 4 whips in Rita Berman's Asian book. Now this, guys, is a very old book. So this is Color at Home by Sherry and John Petersick. Oh, that's the publishers. The illustrations are by Joan Borowski. I do not like working on these pages that just have a bunch of little elements in it that are not in a scene of some type. So it's not something I like to work on, but I'm not gonna abandon this page yet. We'll see. I mean, I would like to, but then there's this bedroom, or yeah, I guess it's a bedroom for a kid. I think I can come back to this. I think I was trying to be very bright because it's a little boys or girls room. And I think I can improve on this. Again, this is most likely my Prismacolor pencils, so I can figure out what color combinations these are. So yeah, I think I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I was trying here, why I just did these 2. I could definitely come back to this. There's almost nothing done. And the last page, again, is one of these pages that I don't really enjoy doing. And I don't know why I wrote on this page. So I'm sorry, but this is going to have to be abandoned for now. Or I come back and black all of this out. I don't know, but I wrote on it. Someone's name, Felicia. I don't know. So I'm abandoning this one. I don't enjoy them, and I wrote on it. So I am keeping 3 whips in Color at Home. Another very early book for me is Spooky Girl by Coco Weil. Again, a lot of my coloring has the white of the page on it. This is an old whip. I think I had gotten my alcohol markers and started to shade with pencil, but then got really bored really fast. But probably could complete this someday. So I'll leave that in. And then this was the other one that, you know what? I might consider coming back to this page this October. I think something happened here when I tried coloring the moon. I was trying to put some, like, the craters in, and then it got really weird. I think the black was showing up on the watercolor. So I'll have to figure out a way to fix that. So it looks like I already tried to fix it. So this mark might have come out like really black. This is a long time ago, so I'm not really remembering it. But I think this could be a pretty page. So I hopefully will remember this book this Halloween season. So maybe I will work on it in October. So that is 2 whips from Spooky Girl by Coco Weil. Next is my only Denise Click book. Although I'm considering her new book, I am indecisive about it because, to be honest, I don't like working in this book. The images are absolutely beautiful. I think that people do amazing things with it, but for someone who does not really like working on backgrounds, these are tough books because there's a lot of background here to try to figure out. Like, this is less. And maybe I could work on this one sometime soon because the images are lovely. They're so cute. And her new goblin, I think it's a goblin one, is so cool looking. That might be more fun to me than gnomes. Anyway, I have 2 whips in here. And the first one is the nameplate page. Obviously, I didn't know what I was doing here with my watercolor. I think it's watercolor, yes. It ghosted. I could have done alcohol markers, but I probably didn't have them at the time. But I really think this is a very, very pretty page. So I would like to come back to it. And, you know, hey, maybe with my alcohol markers now, I might try it in April because it really is cute. And I have to know whether I should order that Goblin book or not. But if I still don't like working in this book, I'm not ordering it. And then the other whip was this. And again, I didn't realize I don't like working on clothing that much or hats. It's really a pretty drawing. I'm not going to abandon this page. Even though I don't enjoy it, I probably can come back and finish this page. So I would like to see if I want to order the Goblin book. But yeah, I only have 1 page finished in this book. So I don't feel comfortable ordering the next one if I don't like working in this one. So I will hopefully give this a try next month. Now this is Where the Wildflowers Grow by Adriana Picker. But this book, I think I had this in my first regrets video. And the images are absolutely beautiful. This is gorgeous. I love the way it came out, but I don't love the feel of the paper. But what I regretted buying is how repetitive it is. Okay, here are these flowers, right, with these points. I have it again, twice more, right? Okay, I might want to do one a different color, but I don't want to paint it or color it a 3rd time. But then there's 2 more pages of the same exact flower with the same exact leaves as a wallpaper page. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages with the exact same flower in it. So I do not find this an inspiring book, even though this artist is obviously so talented. So that is it, guys. That is all of my whips in all of my books. So I am going to count up my whips and come back to you with a total number. Okay, guys, I added them all up. I have 57 whips. I am definitely getting this down. If I can get this down to below 50, that would be nice. If I could get it down even lower than that, like, I do not really want to have more than what I'm gonna say is 20 whips in my pile. So, but I don't think I can do like 25 to 30 images by the end of the year. But it is gonna be fun. If I finish, you know, if I get it to 40, I don't know if I'm overstretching, over-promising, but I am going to try every month to at least do 1 to 2 whips and go from there. So that is it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope that this video has inspired you to go look at your own books to see how many whips you have. As I said, if I didn't do that end of the year tag, I would have never imagined I had so many whips. I would have said 10. So I was way, way off. But again, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, guys.